let's talk about cockroaches. I know what you're thinking. Most people think cockroaches are nothing more than pests, and I mean, they do invade your home, and some of them spread diseases, so maybe not great to have around. But this kind of cockroach is different. This is my Madagascar hissing cockroach, Silver. I keep him as a pet, and that means I get to observe a lot of his really cool, almost superhero-like qualities. From the name, you might have guessed, but Silver can actually hiss. So he sounds just like a cat when he does it, but he doesn't do it the same way as a cat. On his abdomen or his side, there's a series of holes called spiracles, and when he gets startled or he's looking for a mate, because it can also be used as a mating call, he forces air through those holes and it makes the hissing sound. So what else can Silver do? Well, for one thing, you might have noticed that he's not hissing when I handle him or even when I jostle him around or try to pick him up. And that's because Silver actually recognizes me. Humans recognize each other by looking at their faces. So you know if it's your best friend at the door or if it's a stranger and you need to scream. Silver does a similar thing, but by scent. Silver knows my scent, so when I'm handling him or I pick him up out of his enclosure, he knows he doesn't need to hiss because I'm not going to hurt him. If someone he doesn't know does it, he can get really startled and sometimes he even hisses. Although because he's been handled so much, he knows that humans aren't much of a danger and he doesn't hiss a lot anymore. So that's not Silver's only superpowers, if you can believe it. For one thing, he can also turn upside down like a bat. And you might be wondering how he's not falling off. That's because he has really sticky feet and he can climb pretty much anything. And he doesn't fall, even when he hangs upside down, which I think is pretty awesome. So something else he can do is he can fit through really small spaces. And that combined with his ability to climb anything means that scientists think there's the potential that hissing cockroaches could be used as search and rescue roaches. Basically, how they do it is they fit little cameras on the roaches and then they weave their way through earthquake rubble and they look for victims who other search and rescue workers haven't found in the rubble. And they're really good at it because they can actually flatten their exoskeleton or the hard part of their body, their shell. And so they do a lot of good. And I bet you weren't thinking that cockroaches do much good at all, but you're wrong because these hissing cockroaches are completely docile. That means they don't bite or fly or sting, and they can't hurt people. So trained zoologists who know how to handle them can show them to people who might be afraid of insects or not realize what kind of worth they have, and people can learn not to be afraid of insects. I think that's pretty cool, and I hope you do too. Say bye, Silver. Bye.